Hi everyone, I'm Rucha and today I'll be showing you how I make my specialty double chocolate chip cookies. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. This is absolutely crucial to do it in the beginning, as even when your oven will say that it's at the correct temperature, it'll take about 15 to 20 minutes to actually reach the temperature. Now you will want to take whatever tray or pan that you're using to bake your cookies and either grease them or line them with parchment paper depending on which you prefer. So now in a stand or hand mixer, put 1 cup of butter and 2 cups of sugar, and cream them together until fluffy. So now the butter and sugar have been creamed together. So next step you want to do is take 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract and 2 large eggs. And just mix until So as you can see, the vanilla and eggs have been mixed together with the butter and sugar. You need to make sure that they're just combined. Next step is to add in the dry ingredients. So the first thing you want to do is add in 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. So you'll want to use Hersheys or Dutch processed, or like what I'm using, Ghirardelli. You can even use cocoa hot chocolate mix, but you will have to account for the sugar. And baking soda. And last but not least, salt. And baking soda and salt are both 1 teaspoon each. Now you just will want to mix these till a dough forms. So as you can see, the dough is formed, but it's still very separated. So here's my trick to what I believe has made these cookies so amazing for me in every single cookie that I've been making. I, after this step, like to go in and start forming it with my hands. You can use a spatula or a spoon or something, but this is just personally the way I do it, of course, with very clean hands. Just really want to get in there to get all the parts of it that are on the sides that may have been missed. So one thing that it's a little bit of a hack, but not like one that you should use for every single cookie that you make. If the dough is a little bit sticky, as it should really like come off your hands without being like getting super the hand's getting super wet, you want to add in a little bit more flour. Sometimes when you're measuring out the flour, it doesn't come to the exact measurement, so your dough may still be a little bit wet as the flour kind of binds the dough together. So I just added in a little bit of flour and then continued to mix. So the final step before the baking part, of course, is to add in the chocolate chip cookies. This is about 2 cups of chocolate chip cookies. You can use, or chocolate chips, not chocolate chip cookies, that's what we're making. So you can use any type of chocolate chips that you want. You can use bittersweet, semi-sweet, milk chocolate. The first time I made these, I actually used both semi-sweet and milk chocolate because I was running out of semi-sweet and they turned out amazing. So it doesn't matter what kind you use. So you just want to add them in. Most of the time that the recipe will tell you to like fold in the chips. What I like to do is I like to put them in the bowl of the stand mixer, just put it on a low speed so that it kind of spreads out. I know this kind of causes the dough to kind of take a different, like, not come together, like, after all the mixing and pressing and stuff. But it distributes everything just a little bit. Just makes one step a little bit easier. You don't need to add in your stuff. So the last step before baking is to, of course, put the dough on the cookie sheets. So I'm using a 1.2 tablespoon cookie scooper to put the dough onto the sheets. This just makes it a little bit easier. If you want to roll it up, you can. That is always, of course, up to you. And of course, if you like to make smaller or larger, that is also up to you. However, if you make super large cookies, the time of baking may be a little bit different. So about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons would be most ideal with cooking temperature. So this tray is fully ready. I'll be using 2 more trays of smaller sizes so that I can make a bunch of them at once. You can, of course, use one at a time or multiple, whatever you prefer. The dough is specifically something that you don't need to chill due to the consistency of the cookie dough. So I would definitely recommend, if you have the time, make as many of the cookies from the dough that you want. I will be making different batches, and make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees by now. I believe mine is. And once that's done, put it in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. I recommend putting it in for on the lower end so that the cookies kind of get time to finish baking as they cool. If you like to have crispier cookies, it takes a bit longer. It's just up to your preference. Wow, look at these cookies. They're still really hot, so I don't want to touch them too much, but they will be cooling and baking, or finished baking, so they should be a little bit glossy in the center. So if you bake them by putting them in balls, or if you like flatten them, they should have like a rounder shape, but these look really good. And I hope you guys enjoy, because once you bite into this and taste the melty chocolate, you will be in chocolate heaven and you're gonna love it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.